Yes. Only 14. 2 more minutes. Okay, roll number 96. Please respond. Mohammad Uzair Ahmad, roll number
Yes, sir.
96.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
96.
Yeah, can you give the formula for the gyroscopic couple? Yesterday, what I have derived? Give the formula for the gyroscopic couple. C equals to, gyroscopic couple is denoted with the letter C. Give that equation. Yesterday, I have derived. C is equals to I into omega S into omega P, where I is the moment of inertia of the disk. Omega S is the angular velocity of the disk. Omega P is the angular velocity of the precision axis. Okay. Just let me revise for 2 minutes. Last class what I have done. Last class we have derived the gyroscopic effect. So this is the disk which rotates in clockwise motion. When the disk rotates in clockwise motion, we can see the disk is moving in the forward direction. When the disk rotates in clockwise, it tries to move in forward. Next, when the disk rotates in anti-clockwise direction, it tries to move in reverse direction or backward direction. So this forward motion of the disk I have represented with the vector OA. This forward motion of the disk I have represented with the help of the vector OA. OA is having angular velocity h. OA is having the angular velocity h. You can see here. So OA is having angular velocity h. Now what is happening? The spin vector tries to move in y axis, that is called as the precision axis. It tries to move by an angle del theta. Del theta is the change in angle with respect to the spin axis and moves towards the precision axis. Now what will happen? This angular momentum changes to dh. dh is the change in angular momentum when the disk moves from spin axis to the precision axis. Now what is the angular momentum in the new axis? It is the sum of initial angular momentum plus change in angular momentum. So from this we have derived yesterday. How we will write? The change in angular momentum is denoted with the letter AB, which is given as, how you get AB? It is the product of OA into d theta, or change in angle. What is OA here? OA is nothing but the angular momentum into d theta. What is angular momentum? You can write nothing but I omega into d theta. This is nothing but AB, or I can call it as dh. AB is nothing but change in angular momentum, which is equals to I omega into d theta. Now what we have done? We have differentiate this total equation with respect to time. I am writing here. What we have done? We have differentiated the dh is equals to what I am getting, I into omega into d theta. Now I am differentiating this total with respect to time. dh by dt is equals to I omega into d theta by dt. Now dh by dt is nothing but change in angular momentum with respect to time. That is called as the couple. which is equals to I into omega into d theta by dt. This omega is the velocity of the spin axis. I can write like this. This omega is now written as omega s. And I will start writing from here. Omega s is the angular velocity of the spin axis. Now d theta by dt, it is the change in angular velocity with respect to what axis? Can anyone answer? Please. Hello? 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 Please respond, anyone? Hello? Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, now tell me, what is d theta by dt? It is the change in angle with respect to time that is taking place towards the y-axis. I can write the couple equations. I is equals to c is equals to I into omega s into the term d theta by dt is called as the precision velocity. This is the expression for the gyroscopic couple. Now let us see what is c, what is I, what is omega s and omega p. Just I am revising again. Suppose if the same disk moves in anti-clockwise direction, how you can represent this? Now when it moves in clockwise direction, I have represented in the forward motion. Now when the disk rotates in anti-clockwise direction, I will represent like this. This is the position of my spin vector moving backward. What will happen? This is the same angular velocity h. From here, it tries to move by an angle theta. This is the change in angle d theta. Now from here, it tries to move like this. New position AB. This is the dh is the change in angular momentum. Now new angular momentum is h plus dh. If the disk rotates in anti-clockwise direction, just this is the mirror image of this one. You can see here. This is moving in forward path. Just let me point our options. Yeah. When the disk rotates in clockwise, this is the diagram we are getting. When the disk rotates anti-clockwise, this is the diagram we are getting. If you see this and this, these two are opposite to each other, mirror image. So finally, we are getting gyroscopic couple as c is equals to I into omega s into omega p, where I is the moment of inertia of the disk, omega s is the angular velocity of the spin, and omega p is the angular velocity of the precision about y-axis. The spin axis is this one. This tries to move by an angle d theta towards y-axis. Okay. Now let us go for the next slide. Yeah. From this you can see here. C is equals to I into omega s into omega p. I have not written omega, let me write properly here. This is omega s is the spin vector. You can see here, C is the gyroscopic couple whose units are Newton meter. Omega s is the angular velocity. C is the gyroscopic couple whose units is in Newton meter, like this, and omega s is the angular velocity of the rotary body or the disk whose units are radians per second, and omega p is the angular velocity of the precision. Total gyroscopic couple units is Newton meter. Okay. Now let us go for the one more slide. Now let us discuss about the direction of spin vector, precision vector, couple or torque vector. Now you can see here three axes have written. This is x dash, y dash, and z dash. This is the position of the disk. When the disk is rotating here, you can see what is the motion, how the disk is rotating. You can see this. This is clockwise or anti-clockwise? Please answer anyone. Roll number 5. Please respond. 10.
Clockwise.
Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
No, it is anti-clockwise. See from this end. This is moving in anti-clockwise. Or keep your pen and try, or you can see the position of your thumb. You can express with help of your position of the thumb. You can see how your thumb is moving, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Just try to rotate your thumb with respect to this position. Try to rotate your thumb. See from here, this end you can see. Imagine you are holding a vector in this position. and you are trying to move the thumb in this position. And you are trying to move the thumb in this position. It is showing clockwise or anti-clockwise? Clockwise motion, right?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Whenever you are having the clockwise motion, it is moving in forward. Here, my forward motion is in this direction. It is moving. My forward motion is this is the direction of the vector. This is my forward motion. So from this end, when the disk is rotating in clockwise motion, it tries to move forward. Suppose when the disk is rotating in anti-clockwise direction, where I have to keep the direction of the spin vector? Here I have to keep the direction of the spin vector. So when the disk is rotating in clockwise, this is the notation for the clockwise. For the clockwise motion, it is moving in forward path. This is the forward path. With respect to my hand, this shows the forward path. Now, when the disk rotates in anti-clockwise direction, this is my reverse path I have to get. Okay, from this end, or you can experience with help of your pen. Try to rotate your pen at this position. Rotate your cap and see how your thumb is moving. When your thumb is moving clockwise direction, it is moving forward. When your thumb is moving in anti-clockwise direction, this is moving reverse direction. So what I want to say, always clockwise moves in forward. So from this, my disk is rotating in clockwise direction. Therefore, it is moving forward in this direction I am showing. Now this is my forward motion. Now when what is gyroscope? As we know how we define the gyroscope. Under directional forces, body rotates or body spins in one direction and tries to move in another direction. Here my body is the rotor or disc. This disc is rotating in one direction. At the same time, while rotating, it tries to move in the another direction. That direction is called as the precision direction. It always tries to move in y-axis. Already we have seen this, we have demonstrated in the lab experiment yesterday. I have shown you one gyroscope device. The disc is rotating in x-axis and tries to move in y-axis. Under these conditions, what will happen? Gyroscopic couple will exist. When the disc rotates in one direction and tries to move in another direction. This is rotating in x-axis and tries to move towards the y-axis. Under these conditions, what will happen? Gyroscopic couple or torque vector I can say. I can say this as a couple vector or torque vector, which is acting in opposite to this. Another direction other than x and y. It is acting in the x and y. So due to this rotation of the spin, this is the position of the spin vector I can show here. Rotation position. Similarly, you can see the y position. How to draw the vector position of the y? It is showing downwards. Means if it rotates in this direction, if the pressure velocity rotates in this direction, then only it will move downwards. So for these two motions, what will happen to maintain stability? Couple vector will act in the another direction. Now this couple vector is z into z dash is the couple vector. This is moving in this direction. What I am showing, you can see in my path. This is the motion of the couple vector. If it has to move in this direction, means it has to rotate like this. See the arrow mark. It has to rotate in this direction. Then only it will move in this direction. Okay. This is the representation of the spin vector, precision vector, and couple vector. Just always clockwise motion, use the forward path. So for this couple vector, this is moving in this direction. You can see the arrow mark. It is moving away from above. In this direction, it is moving. So if you put a clockwise vector or clockwise motion, then only it will move in this direction. I will explain from the beginning. I am having three axes: x-axis, y-axis, z-axis. X-axis always I will call it as the spin axis. So when the disk is spinning, it tries to move in which direction? Precision axis, that is in y direction. Here the disk is rotating and try to move in precision action by an angle theta. Under these conditions, gyroscopic couple or torque vector comes into picture. This acts in another direction, that is called as the z-axis. You can see the direction, always clockwise motion. This is clockwise. When rotates clockwise, this is moving in this direction. Now see the precision vector. This is also clockwise motion. Then only it is moving downwards. You can see this torque vector. This is also clockwise motion. Then only it is moving in the forward path. All clockwise motion always gives the forward path. Anti-clockwise motion gives the reverse path. So for this, we don't consider the active couple. We always consider the reactive couple. So for this spin vector and precession vector, this gives my active torque. So to maintain stability, what I need to do? I need to put one more torque, which is acting opposite to the active torque. Here my active torque is rotating in clockwise. To maintain stability, I am going to put one more vector, which is in anti-clockwise direction. I will show that. So this is I will write. So this is my active couple. This is rotating clockwise motion. To overcome this, what I am going to do? I will put one more couple which is rotating in anti-clockwise direction. This is called as the reactive couple. This clockwise motion is called as active couple. To maintain stability, what we are doing? We are putting one more couple which is moving opposite to this active couple. This active couple is moving clockwise. What I am doing? I am putting one more couple that is called as a reactive couple which is moving in anti-clockwise direction. So every time we will consider only the gyroscopic effect due to reaction couple only. We consider gyroscopic effect only due to the reactive couple. We don't consider the active couple. The gyroscopic effect we consider only due to the reactive couple. Got it? Again, I will explain. This is the spin. When the spin is rotating in clockwise motion, my spin vector will move in this direction. When the spin vector, yes? Tell me.
No, sir.
Yeah, this is the position of the spin vector which is moving in this direction. Now what will happen? This tries to move in precision axis. This is the position of the precision axis. This is the position of the spin axis. So under these conditions, this is x-axis, this is y-axis. To maintain the system in equilibrium, in z-axis what will happen? Active couple is going to be occur. This is the position of the active couple. To maintain this equilibrium, what we are doing? We try to put one more vector or one more couple, which is acting opposite to the active couple. Active couple is trying to move downwards. What I am doing? I am keeping the reactive couple, which is moving opposite to the active couple. This is the position of the reactive couple. So now this moving in this direction means what is this? This is my clockwise motion. Now this is moving upwards. How it can move upwards? When it moves in the clockwise motion. Now this active couple is moving downwards. How it can move downwards? When it rotates in the clockwise path. Now this reactive couple has to move upward. How it can move upward? When it moves in opposite to the active couple. When it moves opposite to this, then only it is moving in upward direction. Always we consider the direction of the reactive couple for the analysis of the gyroscopic effect. First you understood what is a spin vector, what is a torque vector, and what is a precision vector. Are you clear this? The spin axis, precision axis, and torque axis. These three are important. Okay. If you know this, I will go to the next slide. Any doubts regarding here about this slide? Please answer. Please respond. Anyone? Dear students,
Yes, sir.
any doubts regarding the
No.
representation of the spin vector? No. Okay. I will go to the next slide. You can see how we are determining this. To determine the direction of the spin, precision, I can say torque or couple vector. Right hand screw rule or right hand rule is going to be used to determine the direction of the spin vector, precision vector, and torque vector. What we are using? We are using the right hand screw rule. So this is the right hand screw rule we are using for the representation. The finger represents the rotation of the disc and thumb shows the direction of the spin. You can see if you see right hand thumb rule, the finger represents the rotation of the disc and thumb shows the direction of the spin, precision and torque vector. That is what I am saying here. You can see the thumb. This thumb shows the direction of the spin vector. Now this thumb shows the direction of the precision vector. Now this thumb shows the direction of the torque vector. You can see the thumb, how your thumb is pointing, it is moving in this direction. Now if you see here, how the thumb is pointing, it is showing in this direction. If you see this precision vector, how the thumb is pointing the downwards. That's why I keep the arrow mark in downwards. If you see here in spin vector, my thumb is pointing towards left hand side. That's why I keep the arrow in the left hand side. If you see in this vector, the thumb is pointing towards in this direction. That's why I keep arrow mark here. Okay, right. To determine the direction of the spin, precision and torque or couple vector, right hand screw rule or right hand rule is used. The finger represents the rotation of the disc and thumb shows the direction of the spin, precision and torque vector. Now I will explain how I am approaching this diagram. You can see here how I am drawing this diagram. I repeat it. Turn the spin vector through 90 degrees in the direction of precision on XOZ plane. Turn the spin vector through 90 degrees in the direction of XOZ plane. You can see here first step. This is XOZ plane. So in this direction what you are doing? You are moving by an angle of 90 degrees. You can see here. You are moving by an angle of 90 degrees. The turn spin vector will then correspond to the direction of the active gyroscopic couple or torque vector. So when you move along XOZ plane, that gives the direction of the torque vector. Turn the spin vector by an angle 90 degrees. This is the position of the spin vector. What you are doing? This spin vector moves by an angle 90 degrees. You can see here the angle between this red line and blue line gives the 90 degrees. The angle between red line and blue line gives the 90 degrees. This gives your torque. This is how you are drawing the torque vector. Means rotate the spin vector by an angle 90 degrees in Z direction. Then you can get the torque or couple vector. So on the couple vector, first you are getting the active gyroscopic couple. For that active gyroscopic couple, we have to put one more couple which is opposite to the active gyroscopic couple. That is called as the reactive gyroscopic couple. You can see here the reactive gyroscopic couple or torque vector is taken opposite to the active gyro vector in direction. First you are having the spin vector, rotate the spin vector by an angle 90 degrees in the XOZ plane. We will get the gyroscopic vector, couple vector or torque vector. So in that what we are doing, we are considering the reactive couple. This reactive couple is always taken opposite to the active gyro vector. In the problem I will explain how we are getting active couple and reactive couple. First, do you have any doubts up to here? If not, I will proceed further. You can see here how to keep the active couple and reactive couple. Direction of reactive couple or torque vector I want to show here. So this blue line represents the direction of my spin. This green line represents the spin vector. This red line represents my couple vector. This is my direction of view. I am seeing from this end. Okay. This is clockwise or anti-clockwise motion. This is clockwise motion only. Always clockwise motion moves in forward path. Okay. Now if you see, I again apply the thumb rule. You see the direction of the thumb, how your thumb is rotating. Your thumb is always rotating in clockwise direction. See the pen, how your thumb is rotating. If it has to move forward means your thumb has to rotate in clockwise direction. So from this point, when your thumb rotates clockwise in this direction, the spin vector is moving in this direction forward. This arrow mark shows the direction of your spin vector. So when the disc rotates in clockwise, this is the direction of the spin vector. It is moving in this direction. Means when I am seeing from this end, it is moving towards me or it is moving away from me. Please answer. This is the direction of view I am seeing. So how the disc is moving? It is coming towards me or it is moving away from me? Anyone can answer?
Away from towards
Please. Towards me. When I am seeing from this end, when it is moving clockwise direction, towards me it is seeing. Okay. Suppose when I am seeing from the back side. Imagine when I am seeing from the back side.
away,
How
sir.
this direction? Away. Okay, depend upon the direction of view also. I am seeing from this end, the disc is rotating in clockwise motion. When the disc rotates in clockwise motion, this is the direction of the spin vector. So when I am seeing from this end, the disc is moving towards me. Okay. Now when it is moving in, now the disk is rotating. What will happen? It is moving by an angle theta. Means it tries to move towards the precision vector like this. Here's disk is spinning and tries to move in towards y-axis. I am saying again, the disk is spinning. While spinning, it tries to move in forward path. While traveling forward path, what is happening? It tries to move towards the, or it tries to rotate in another direction. The disk is spinning in x-axis and tries to move along y-axis. This direction shows the y-axis path. Means along pressure axis. Now pressure axis, it is moving upward or downward. Here my pressure axis is moving upwards. Means how the vector I need to represent, this has to rotate in clockwise only. So from this end, again see your thumb rule. Keep the pen in vertical position. You can demonstrate this. Keep your pen put in vertical position and try to rotate this. Rotate the pen. So if you rotate, if your thumb moves in anti-clockwise direction, the pen is moving downwards. Or if the thumb moves towards your right side or towards clockwise, it is moving upwards. You can demonstrate with the help of your pen. Means it has to rotate in upward direction, means the thumb has to move in this direction. The thumb has to move in this direction, then only it will move. So now towards, I am having spin vector and I am having the pressure vector. My spin vector trying to move towards the pressure vector. Under these conditions, what will happen? Gyroscopic effect will set up. Under these conditions, gyroscope effect will set up. So to set up the gyroscopic effect, how we are drawing the gyroscopic vector line? So rotate the spin vector by an angle 90 degrees. To locate the couple vector or torque vector, how you can locate? Rotate your spin vector by an angle 90 degrees. Now the angle between this blue line and red line is 90 degrees. These two are perpendicular. This red line and blue line are perpendicular. This is perpendicular in z axis. Now this vector shows the active gyroscopic couple. You can see here. This vector is representing the active gyroscopic couple. So when my thumb rotates in this direction, the z is moving towards like this. The active couple is moving away from z or away from O. I can show here. When right. When my thumb rotates in this direction, the z axis is moving in this path. Okay. When my thumb rotates in clockwise motion, this is moving in this direction. This is the position of the active couple. What we are saying, we don't consider the active couple. We always consider the condition of the reactive couple. So due to this active couple, this vector is moving in this direction. To maintain equilibrium, how the z has to move? Opposite to this, means it has to move downwards. How this can move downwards? When the thumb rotates in this direction. When you rotate your thumb as per right hand rule, when you rotate your thumb in this direction, this is moving downwards. Yes. Someone is making noise. Yeah. From current slide. So this is the position of the active spin vector, precision vector, position of the active couple, position of the reactive couple. So now due to the spin vector is rotating clockwise. This is moving in this direction. So when it is moving in this direction, the spin vector tries to move in another direction, that is in y-axis. Now my y-axis is moving upwards. When it has to move upwards, how my thumb has to rotate? My thumb has rotated in this direction, clockwise only. This is the clockwise motion. It is showing upwards. You can see here. Now how I am writing the active gyroscopic couple? For the spin vector, draw a line which is making an angle of 90 degrees. This angle is 90 degrees. I have drawn the active couple. Now I can show the dotted line. Dotted line is always imaginary. In drawing, dotted line is always imaginary. So for this active couple, to maintain equilibrium, one more couple has to act opposite to this active couple. This active couple is rotating like this in clockwise. To maintain this equilibrium, what I am doing? I am putting one more couple, which is called as the reactive couple, which is acting opposite to the active couple vector. This active couple vector is moving clockwise. This reactive couple vector is moving in anti-clockwise direction. Then only this is moving downwards. Now the total system is in equilibrium due to the gyroscopic couple or gyroscopic effect. This shows the direction. When the reactive couple moves in this direction, anti-clockwise direction, then only it will move in this path. When your active couple rotates in this direction, what the vector I am showing, the couple vector will move in upward direction like this. Here the couple will move in downwards. If you see here, when your disk rotates in this direction, from this, as per right hand rule, it is always, this is a clockwise motion here. Now this is moving in forward. Now while it is moving forward, it tries to move towards y-axis. That is the precession axis. Here I am having the velocity of the spin. This is my velocity of the precession. To maintain this equilibrium with respect to the spin vector, draw a vector making an angle of 90 degrees other than x and y axis. I have drawn towards the z axis. Now it has to move in this direction where arrow mark I am showing. It has to move in this direction means how my thumb has to move. My thumb has to move in this direction. Then only it will move upward. It has to move downward means how my thumb has to move opposite to this. This is moving clockwise. This is moving anti-clockwise. This shows my active couple AC. This shows my reactive couple RC. What I have shown here. Okay. If this is clear, I will go to the next slide. Any doubts you are having, you can raise now. Again, this is the depend upon the rotation. You can see here when the disk is rotated. Now from this end, when I am trying to rotate in left hand side, is left hand or right hand side? This motion, the turn is left side. When the turn is left side, see from this left side or right side? Left turn. So my precession vector is coming upwards. Here you can see here how I am rotating right turn. Just imagine you are staying here. This shows your right hand. When I am trying to rotate the vehicle in right turn, my precession vector is coming downwards. You can see the position of the spin vector. You can see the left turn and right turn. When the disc rotates left turn, this precession vector always comes upwards. Remember this statement. When the disc rotates left turn, the precession vector will always represented in upward direction. Next, when the disc rotates in right turn, the precession vector always locate in the downward direction. Again, for the spin vector, making an angle of 90 degrees, you are drawing the active couple. This is the position of the active couple. This is the position of the reactive couple. Okay. Similarly, direction of view, I am seeing from the back side. You can see 4 directions I am seeing. This is the direction of view. This is moving in forward direction, taking left turn. Similarly, here also I am seeing from this end, taking right turn. It is moving downwards. Again, you can see how the vector is moving here. Earlier, it is moving in this path. Earlier, it is moving in this path. Now, it is moving in this path towards left side. Now, taking left turn. Taking left turn always gives the precession vector in upward direction. Taking right turn always gives the precession vector in downwards. Remember 2 statements. When the disc rotates left turn, this precession vector has to come upward. When the disc rotates right turn, this precession has to come downwards. We always draw gyroscopic couple perpendicular to spin vector only. We always draw gyroscopic couple perpendicular to spin vector. This is x-axis and y-axis. Now from this making an angle of 90 degrees, I am drawing the active couple. For this active couple, I am drawing the reactive couple opposite to the active couple. This is rightward motion. This is the leftward motion. When it is seeing left side, taking left turn, the precession vector is acting in upward direction. Now for this spin vector, making an angle of 90 degrees, I am drawing the active couple which is moving in the downward direction. For this, Reactive couple is always acts opposite to this. Reactive couple I am showing with the dotted line, which is an imaginary couple. Reactive couple మన కంటికి కనిపించదు, but it will exist. Similarly, this vector. Now here the disk is moving forward direction, taking right turn. Here the disk is moving forward direction, taking left turn. 4 cases are there. Rotor rotates forward, taking left turn, right turn. Disk rotates backside, taking left turn and right turn. This is the case 1. Disk rotates in forward direction, taking left turn. The pressure vector will come in upside. Again, disk rotates in clockwise or forward direction and taking right turn. This pressure vector is coming downwards. Now this is, the disk is moving towards the back side. This is the front portion, this is the back side. The disk is moving towards the back side, taking left direction. Means the pressure vector will always come in the above. If it is taking right turn, the pressure vector has to come downwards. Remember these statements. When the disk is moving forward direction, taking left turn, pressure vector will come upward. Disk is moving forward, taking right turn, pressure vector acting downward. Next, disk is moving in backward direction. Our rotor is moving backward direction and take left turn. Pressure vector will come upward. Similarly, in this diagram, the disk is moving in backward direction and taking right turn. My pressure vector is acting downwards. Okay. Next I will go. Next slide. So I am having the problem. Now time is not sufficient to solve the problem. Next class I will solve the problem. So with up to here I will wind up. If you are having any doubts, please ask me now. Dear students, if you are having any doubts, please ask me. Monday I will solve this problem. So today we have derived the gyroscopic couple. We have, again I am revising for 5 minutes what I have done today so far. This is the equation for gyroscopic couple. C equals to I into omega S into omega P, where C is the gyroscopic couple whose units are Newton meter. Force in couple is always force into distance. Newton is the force, distance is in meter. Omega S is the angular velocity of the rotary body whose units are radians per second. Omega P is the angular velocity of the precision whose units are again radians per precision. This precision is always acting y-axis. So spin axis is either x or y, either forward motion or backward. Pressure vector is again perpendicular to this one in y, that is either upward direction or downward direction. Okay, I am showing more when the rotor is moving in forward direction, means when the disk is moving forward direction, taking left turn. Second case, disk is moving forward direction, taking right turn. Next case, what we are having? Disk is moving in reverse direction, taking left turn. Again, disk is moving backward direction, taking right turn. 4 cases are there. So this is the position of the spin vector omega S, which is moving in this direction, taking left turn. Here we are getting the omega P pressure vector, which is acting upward direction. So how you are drawing the couple vector? For the spin vector, you draw a line along z axis. This is x, this is y, this is z. Now this is moving upward direction. It has to move upward means how my vector has to move. If I rotate like this, if I rotate in this direction, this will move upward. If I rotate clockwise, it will move in this direction. Now from here, if I rotate like this in clockwise motion, then only it will move upward. This is gives my active couple. To maintain this equilibrium, what I am doing? I am putting one more couple opposite to this. This is moving, active couple is moving forward direction. Reactive couple has to move reverse or back side. This is the reactive couple. It has to move downwards means how it has to rotate, how my thumb has to move opposite to this. Here my thumb is moving clockwise, it is moving upward. It has to move downward means my thumb has to rotate in this direction. This gives my active couple. Sorry, this is the active couple, this is the reactive couple. Same, disk is moving forward direction but taking the right turn. When it's taking right turn, where the pressure vector has to come? When it's taking left turn, pressure vector is coming along the y-axis. When it is taking right turn, pressure vector has to come downwards. This is the spin vector. This is pressure vector. Always give the rotation direction. It has to rotate in clockwise motion. Then it only move up. Forward direction. It has to move downward means how it has to rotate? Again in clockwise motion. Now for the spin vector, making an angle of 90 degrees. For the spin vector, making an angle of 90 degrees. Draw the draw the couple vector. Now this angle is 90 degrees. This is your Z. It has to move downwards. Means how it can move downwards? You can see in what direction we need to keep the arrow mark, this side or this side. Clockwise is always this side. When I sing from this end, this is my clockwise motion. Then it is moving downwards. This gives my active couple. To maintain this equilibrium, what I am doing? I am putting one more couple. Sorry, I am not able to draw straight line. Let me erase this. We have to maintain this equilibrium. I am putting one more line opposite to this. Now it is moving in this direction. It has to move in this direction means what the arrow mark I am showing, it has to rotate like this. Now you can see the path. This is moving towards in this direction. Arrow mark is showing from this end. Here the arrow mark is showing like this end. This shows your reactive couple. Second case. Third case, spin is moving. These two cases are spin is moving in forward path. Now these two cases are spin is moving in backward direction. Now this is taking left turn, this is taking right turn. If you take left turn means this is the position where I am getting the precision vector. Now this is the position where I am getting the precision vector. This spin vector, precision vector. This is spin vector. This is precision vector. For spin vector again, rotate the spin vector by an angle 90 degrees. You will get active couple here. For this opposite is you are getting the reactive couple. Similarly for the spin vector, rotate by an angle of 90 degrees. Now this angle is 90 degrees. This shows your active couple and downward path. This shows your reactive couple downwards. This is what we have discussed so far. Okay, I'm not able to draw neatly. That's why I'm showing the slides. You can see here. Rotor moving in forward direction, taking left side. Spin vector is coming like this. Active couple here, reactive couple here. Next, rotor moving forward direction, taking right turn. Spin vector is coming downwards. For the spin vector, reactive couple you have drawn, active couple you have drawn by an angle of 90 degrees. This shows your active couple, and this shows your reactive couple. We always consider the reactive couple for analysis. We don't consider any couple other than reactive couple. We only consider the reactive couple. The reactive couple is moving in this direction. This reactive couple is moving in this direction. If you see here, which is left and right, if I am say like this portion I can call it as the So if I see this portion, I can call it as the left side. This portion I call it as the right side. How my active couple is moving? It is moving from right side to left side. How reactive couple is moving? This is moving from left side to right side. This is how I am differentiating. Similarly, here also you can see left side and right side. If you see which is my left and which is my right. So this portion is my left side. This portion is my right side. So active couple is moving from right side to left side. Now reactive couple is moving from left side to right side. This is moving backward direction, taking left turn. Similarly, backward direction, taking right turn. Now you tell me which is left and which is right here. Again I can write This is my left side and this is my right side. So this is my spin vector which is moving in backward, taking right turn. When it is taking right turn, pressure vector is always come downwards. So for the spin vector, making an angle of 90 degrees, I have drawn the active gyroscopic couple. You can see my active couple is moving from left side to right side. L is the left side, R is the right side. Active couple is moving from left hand to the right hand. Now how the reactive couple has to move? Opposite to this. It is moving from right side to left side. You can see it is started here. It is moving from right side to the left side. This is how we can analyze. Okay. Next class, I will solve this problem. In the meanwhile, still if you are having any doubts, please respond. So with this, I will wind up the class, today's class here. Let us go for the questionnaire. Anyone having any doubts, you can keep asking. Okay. Yes. Any student is having any doubt, please ask me. No one is having any doubts.
What is PPT you have shared?
I have not yet said I will share everything total at the end. At the end of this week, I will share total first I will share at a time. Okay. Still, I have not completed the PPT fully.
No, one more thing.
I am making day by day. Yes, tell me. I am not getting your voice properly. Speak properly.
The which textbook?
Theory of Machines by R.S. Kurmi. You can refer. The Theory of Machines by R.S. Kurmi. This textbook covers both your kinematics of machines and dynamics of machines. Both the textbooks it will cover. Okay. It is available in the online. You can download free of cost. No charge is there. Just give me the by the end of this. Sorry, already this is the end of the week. I will try to make all first unit in one file, and I will send to you. It is easy for you to refer. If I am sending now, only half of the PPT is available with me. I have not done total PPT of all the topics. Okay. If you see gyroscope, yes, tell me.
Videos also.
I will share everything with students. Whatever I made, that is not for my purpose. Okay. Whatever I have done, that is for the benefit of the students only. At the end of this unit 1, I will send total data for you. Just I am arranging all in sequence only. It is taking time for me. Okay. By the end of this, maybe mid of this is now September 5th. Around September 10th, I will wind up the syllabus of the first unit. Next week, I will wind up the first unit. Before next week, I will send total videos and total first unit. First unit, you are having two topics. One is one is static analysis and dynamic analysis and gyroscope. Static analysis of slider crank mechanism, static analysis of 4-bar mechanism, dynamic analysis of slider crank mechanism, dynamic analysis of 4-bar mechanism, and gyroscope. In gyroscope, we are having derivation of the gyroscope, which I have done today. Yesterday also I have done, and gyroscopic effect of the ship, gyroscopic effect of aeroplane, gyroscopic effect of two-wheeler, and gyroscopic effect of four-wheeler. 4 classes are there. 4 topics still I am pending. Just I have done yesterday and today introduction to gyroscope, how to represent the vectors, how to locate the spin vector, how to locate the pressure vector, and how to locate active couple and reactive couple. These are the topics which we have discussed till so far. So by the end of the next week, I will complete unit 1. In the meanwhile, I will send all the data. Okay. I will send personally to WhatsApp. Don't bother. I will put in the MS Teams as well as I will send WhatsApp to students also. Don't bother about the notes. Just listen first what I am saying. Okay. First you have to get the concept. Then go through my notes what I have given to you. Then you will know easily. So next for second unit what I will do, I will send the second notes total to you. I am making parallel unit 1 and unit 2 notes also. I will send unit 2 before the starting of unit 2. Just go through it. We will discuss what is happening one by one. Still any doubts? Okay, let me recall the students who are randomly. Roll number 6013. Please respond. Not responding. 6025.
Present, sir. Present, sir.
Yeah. 6044. 6056. 6066. 6070. Okay.
ఏంటే ఇవాళ బాల్ రాలేదు నువ్వు వస్తావా మీరు ఒక కొడతాను నువ్వు వెళ్ళు.
Mute your voice. Someone is watching the movie. I'm getting that voice. It is recording. Whatever you do, that is a recording. Don't bother. Someone is watching the movie that is being recording here. I will upload these videos also. What I am explained, I am recording all these videos. I will upload these videos also. I will give these videos also to you. You can know what's going on. Okay. Still any doubts? Okay. I'm taking the attendance. In the meanwhile, prepare to go for the next class. So here it is. Attendance is not downloading. So I need to again. Please don't leave. I'm opening through the Chrome browser. From there I can get the attendance. Yeah, thank you, dear students. You can leave the class now. You can join the next class. Thank you.